Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with men's basketball. I'm joined by head coach Andy Bronkema. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I know maybe not the results you wanted, but your team took part in the GLIAC Tournament this past weekend, a competitive tournament, and unfortunately ran into a hot team here at the end of the year in Ashland.
Yeah, I thought we were a hot team, and we got off to a slow start, and they punched us hard, but we came all the way back and couldn't finish the deal. Had to foul a couple times down the stretch, and they pushed the lead out, and you know, they ended up winning the tournament. And they were hot, but we had our chances, and you know, it's been a while now since we've won a GLIAC tournament game, and I don't like that.
Obviously, I know you didn't like the finish, but just nice to be able to have a chance to compete in the tournament with everything that's went on here over the course of the year.
Yeah, it was nice, but like Coach Anise says, it's almost just as nice just to get your whole season canceled and not have to go, you know, high and low and deal with everything we dealt with. So I'd be lying if I didn't say there was a sense of relief amongst the team. That's not saying we didn't want it with everything. All of our hearts, all of our minds, body, soul, we wanted to win that tournament and that game, and we gave it everything we had. But it's a tough year, and you know, it ended on a tough note. But still proud of the effort we put in. It was a championship effort without the results, and we got to be proud of that.
Obviously, as we go to the highlights here, they got off to a quick start, as you mentioned, really came out and shot the ball extremely well in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, some of it had to do with our lack of focus and attention to detail positionally on defense, but you just hand it to them. I mean, they shot 69% in the first half and some real tough shots, but we held in there, cut it to 82-80 with a lot of momentum, and they made a step back three and the and one layup, brought it back to 8, and kind of took this sail out of our wind out of our sails there. So
obviously a high-scoring first half. It'll be 56-46 at halftime. As you certainly try to keep pace offensively, and Walt Kelser had a big game for you.
Yeah, Walt had a lot of big games this year. I thought we asked him to do too much. He did as much as he could, and he tried to take on that role. I'm looking forward to developing a more well-rounded team so that he doesn't have to. He should have went over top of that screen. So that he doesn't have to do so much. It's good to see Dorian come back and give us some minutes. You know, real proud of him for just giving the team whatever he had. Certainly had a chance to make a few more plays, but wasn't again ready to make them. Just 8 months off, and then battling back to give us what he could off the bench. I give Ashland the credit. I mean, they were on a tear, and they made play after play after play, and that's what it takes. Speaking of making plays, that was a big time play right there above the rim. I wish I could do that, Robert. How about you? It's amazing. So, but help for the helper here. It's just championship basketball. We had to be better, and we made too many mistakes, and we weren't ready to go at the beginning, and it cost us.
Obviously, you kept battling back and got it down to 2 points here going down the stretch, and gave yourselves an opportunity at least to try to win the ball game here at the end.
Yeah, I really thought we had an opportunity to win it at the end, because they don't have a very deep lineup, and ours isn't as deep this year as we want it to be. But I thought they were getting a little tired, and you know, I thought we were in a good position with momentum, and they made some big plays. The step back three, after it was 82-80, Haraway hit a step back three. It was guard to guard screen. We switched it, and Mike was a little low. He got a late hand, but the moment of truth was Haraway's. He won it, and then just getting taken off the dribble. Dorian for the and one layup. You know, that was the moment where we needed to get a couple stops and scores, and it could have been totally different.
Obviously, this season not one that anyone expected here. How much, though, does this help some of your younger kids that got a chance to get out there and compete here this year? Some of your freshmen that really came on and had a nice season for you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. No way to tell until, you know, the future, a few years. But certainly Jimmy Scholler helped out a lot. He stepped up into a big role, and eventually a starting role, and eventually a point guard role. So that was good to see from him. And I thought Dang Rang and Ben Davison really had better years than they had the year before, and some of us struggled. We didn't have as good a years as we did the year before, so we're going to have to ante up and recommit, or, you know, move on to the next phases of our lives.
Obviously, your entire team eligible to return next year. I know some decisions that still have to be made, but going to be nice to have a lot of these guys back moving forward.
Well, it all depends. You know, the talent that's committed is something that you want back, and there's no shame in retiring. And we'll see what some of these guys' decisions are. But you know, this was a blur, and we're just processing right now. We're just trying to remember all the things that happened to us. And we can't, because we're trained to block them out and move on to the next play, move on to the next thing, keep grinding away. But you look back and think about all the crazy things we did and asked the administration to do. And I mean, we were staying in dorms at Mercyhurst with half a team, getting blown out by 30. We came a long ways. And there's just a lot of storylines that are unbelievable. And if you would have asked me 2 years ago, I was just like, how could that even happen? How could it even be reality? But it became our reality. I think we have to take away the lessons that we need to take away, and then bury it back into an era that was COVID, and just looking forward to the day after COVID.
I know, obviously, you're hoping to have a little more normal off-season here as we move forward, and certainly some preparation and some development going into next year.
Yep. So we're going into the off season, and now the pandemic's going to affect 3 different seasons, because we're not going to have an off season exactly like we want to without restriction, but we're going to do the best we can. And you know, there still is no asterisks. It's just, it is what it is. I mean, the teams that have won, they deserve it, and they were the best this year. And congratulations to Ashland and then Tech and Wayne, you know, for representing us in the NCAA tournament. Looking forward to following them, cheering them on, catching those games. And I don't know if they're allowing fans, but maybe I can be the broom guy behind the hoop if the floor gets sweaty. I don't know. But also wanted to ask if anybody noticed, 3rd show in a row with the same suit. I've kept it in my office. I just put it on real quick. So if you're out there, the viewers, if you notice that, you're really good. 3rd week in a row.
I know, obviously, here over the course of the year, some competitive basketball we saw played all season long in the GLIAC, as it is across the region, but certainly you had to be at your best each and every night.
Forgot a belt too, Robert. We had to be at our best. We weren't at our best each and every night. We got some amazing splits. We had some big-time wins. You look at the 3 teams in the tournament, we played all 3 of those in the regular season on the road, 6 games, and we went 4-2. So tell me we can't beat anybody. But we didn't take care of business in other games, and that's the beautiful thing about basketball. It's one game, one night, the best team wins. It doesn't matter about the other records or anything else. So I like it. I continue to like it, and just looking forward to next year. And this year was not what we wanted it to be, but we know what it was.
Coach, thanks for all the time all season, and we're looking forward to having you back again here moving forward next season as well.
All right, Robert.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.